Bishop, good to see you again.
Good to be here.
It's been a couple of weeks now since the Holy Father visited Africa, and I think it seems to have been a wildly successful trip. I mean, the fact that he actually went on the trip seems to be one of the most successful parts of it at all. It was a pretty dangerous thing he did, don't you think?
It was. It's a war zone. The French army that is there with the local people said that we really can't guarantee his safety. So, I mean, that was pretty clear that he was taking a risk. But he went to try to reconcile the Muslims and the Christians there who are fighting, but incited by Boko Haram, which is the terrible group. One of the bishops from the Central African Republic visited me a couple of months ago. He had actually been in the diocese and helping in summers years past, and he came. He felt he needed a break, and one of our pastors gave him hospitality, and he came to see me and explained the situation. It's just so critical. I mean, you know, these are it's a developing country. These villages are spread out. There's lack of means of transportation, communication, and they're really a prey for any group that comes in with the big big group of people. They could overwhelm these small villages. They enslave the people. Kill people. It's a terrible thing, but it's this radical Islam that is the problem. And the Holy Father made it a point. He went to the Muslim enclave in the major city there, prayed with the Muslim leaders, and giving an example to the Catholics. Again, it's not the war between religious people that's the problem. It's the radicalized people that are causing the problem.
Some people were saying that it was really a big deal because here he went to a continent that most people ignore and disregard, and he went there and he made some pretty heavy statements. You know?
Yeah, he generalized a lot, but you could say he said Africa always has been taken advantage of. Clear, colonialism, the use of their natural resources. Everybody's taken there. Unfortunately, the corruption inside of the governments themselves have never helped the people get out. They have natural resources. They have ways that they could become prosperous. But because of the lack of civil structure, the lack of real democracy, all of this is retarded for many generations. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of the results of colonialism, where there were the elites, those who were the middle people who were working for the outside governments, and they took advantage. So it is hard now to get to a real democracy in places where tribalism is really an issue. It is tribalism. These nations are carved up by fictitious lines. People's first loyalty, talking to anybody that's been in Africa or any work there, first loyalty is to my tribe.
Right. That came up a lot. The bishop, the Pope talked about that.
The tribe, my tribe is my people, my family, my extended family. Then my religion, and third is my country. So you've got a big problem there, trying to figure out how do you get this done. You know, it's a difficult psyche that you're dealing with.
There were some great images, you know, of people with their local dances and the singing, and the liturgy seemed to be pretty vibrant. We get a little bit of that here in the Brooklyn Diocese, right? We have some pretty active ministries here to people from Africa.
They worship moving. They don't stand still. That's it. They want to move.
What do you think the Holy Father was trying to the overall goal of the trip? He went to 3 different countries, Kenya, Uganda, and then the Central African Republic. What do you think overall the major theme was that he was trying to establish here with this trip?
Well, I think, again, the overcoming corruption, calling it as what it was, that all the countries there have that issue. Honesty in government, participating in the civil society. Those were the messages he gave, and again, message of basic peace and reconciliation.
What do you think of his answer on the plane when people asked him about the use of condoms to overcome AIDS? What do you think of the answer?
He said, look, there's bigger problems than that. He didn't say it wasn't a problem. He said there's bigger problems. So it's true. There's much more difficult issues, especially enacting. Pope Benedict was very clear when he was the head of the Department of the Faith. He was clear in saying, yes, this is a possibility because of health concerns, especially if a person's married. So there was answers to that. He wasn't going to get caught on a detail where you're missing the forest for a tree.
Yeah, and of course the next big trip for the Holy Father will be to Mexico. And one of the things he said on the plane was he wouldn't even be going if it wasn't for the Blessed Mother, his devotion to her. What'd you take from that?
Well, again, Mexico and Lady of Guadalupe is almost synonymous. It's part of the national heritage that this is how Mexico was evangelized by the apparition of Lady of Guadalupe. And I think, again, she's the mother of the Americas, so it's only right that he goes there. Every pope has so far who's been traveling has gone to Mexico. And because the people there really need the presence of the Holy Father. So it's a good decision.
Good. We'll be looking forward to that. Bishop, thanks for being with us today.
Okay.